The Mpbl is the gift that keeps on giving. Defy or dominate. Coach Benji Teodoro trying to defy the odds while Coach Eric Gonzalez trying to hold off itong spirited rally ng Mindoro Tamaraws. Another overtime game in this year's playoffs. Kaagalin lang natin sa double overtime game ng San Juan at Pasay in Palayan City last Wednesday. As RJ Ramirez mintes yung kanyang tira galing sa labas. RJ standing his ground. And he gets a stop.
Well, I feel a lot of these stops have been, you got to credit RJ Ramirez. You know, trying to disrupt the passing lanes, getting in there. And to the point of the overtime, suki ka talaga. ikaw rin yun, di ba?
Oh,
sa Pasay.
Kami ni Coach Christian.
Right?
Oh.
Well, I guess ikaw ang common denominator.
Siningit mo pa eh. Ramirez na ipasok yung unang free throw.
But he's been big, ha? Itong si RJ Ramirez.
15 points, 2 rebound. Pero ang importante dyan, yung depensa niya kay LJ Gonzalez.
A couple of stops, and look at him staying very aggressive defensively.
Curious decision by Coach Eric. Pinagpahinga niya muna si LJ at si Judel sa pagsisimula ng overtime period.
Couldn't get to that high-low. Good defense by Joseph Sedorifa.
Abundo with 6 on the shot clock. They go to Magbuhos. Has the size advantage over Sedorifa but lost it. Turnover.
This is gonna be big if they score on here to Mindoro.
Sedorifa for free. It will roll out.
Another good-looking shot.
Tamsi is free for a free. It's good.
Tamsi's been one of the more consistent guys that's left free. And he's not afraid to take those shots.
Labang na ulit ang Quezon, 87-86. Comboy. Nice pass. Andrews though was shut down by Copiso. Tries to navigate. Powers through. How about Ashton Andrews? 16 points and 11 rebounds.
Where would Mindoro be without Ashton Andrews? He's just been a very surprising and pleasant piece coming off the roster of the Mindoro Tamaraws.
Magbuhos. Kapanal. Pinasa palabas kay Abundo. Short ang kanyang tres. Nakuha ni Comboy ang rebound. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the overtime period. Comboy only 2 points here in the second half and overtime. A foul against Abundo. They are in penalty.
Holding foul on number 29 has been Abundo. Penalty, third foul.
They would have already done their thing. Ito si Ashton Andrews sa ilalim. Grabe yung galaw nito. Talagang hindi natitinag. He just kept staying in control.
Yeah. Staying composed.
Right.
Amidst all the pressure, amidst all the traffic. Comboy had 10 points in the first half. 2 important free throws coming up. Remember, in that do-or-die game against Cebu, he came out big, 18 points. Hit that big jumper down the stretch. And calmly sinks in the first free throw.
And he also was not afraid of the moment when that game was close. He kept wanting that ball on his hands to be the one to lead Mindoro into that win.
Mintis lang yung pangalawang free throw. So, lead just at 2 points, 89-87. Fuentes at Gonzalez at Gozum din pumalik na para dito sa Quezon. LJ sizing up the defense of RJ Ramirez. Gonzalez, pass outside. Tamsi, libre para sa tres. Back-to-back threes for Al Tamsi.
Oh, that's the shot that Coach Eric has been signaling. He wanted Gabanal to clear that side of the floor So it's a lane drive with your best three-point shooter so far in the last 2 possessions in Al Tamsi, and he got it.
13 points for Al Tamsi. And another collision here. It's an offensive foul against Marian Magat, and he will foul out.
Marian Magat, 5 fouls.
Oh, and that's it for Marian. They lose one big right here. Trying to go on a little grenade action, but on its way. Did not give enough space for the defense of Tamsi to try and avoid that screen. Good call.
Isa lang ang lamang. Quezon 90-89 over Mindoro. Gonzalez with a rock. Still in front of him, RJ Ramirez. We're down to our last 2 minutes. Cabanal doesn't take the free. Gets it up to Will Gozom.
All because the good defense of RJ Ramirez.
Pass deflected out of bounds by Ashon Andrews.
Kita mo kung anong ginawa ni Ashon Andrews. Alam niyang parating yung bola kay Will Gozom, pero hindi siya kagad dumikit kay Will Gozom. Inantay niya yung pasa.
Fuentes, step back. 3 seconds left. Fuentes airballs the free. It will go back to Mindoro.
The catch and shoot situation so far, you know, that shot's been pretty dry for Jodel. Now it's important for the Huskers to get a stop here.
A minute and 34 left here in overtime. Ramirez, kahanap ng papasahan, binigay kay Sedorifa. Not a lot of options on this set. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Tibayan falls down. Comboy trying to bail them out. It's short. And the defense holding up here for the Huskers.
He's got numbers.
Gonzalez will pull it back out. A minute and 7 left here.
Again, they want that middle lane for a screen involving LJ.
Tamsi offering that screen. He is free, not a pick. Ashon Andrews bounce backs to Ramirez. He got fouled, got pushed from behind. And 2 free throws coming up for RJ.
Boy, how about that defense of RJ though? That's twice already na nakita natin earlier in regulation. LJ went drive middle. He got that strip. And very similar here. He just waits for LJ to bring that ball down, and then he takes a swipe at it. And on his way, he got fouled.
Just a regular foul. Pushing foul.
Number 2, Jodel Fuentes.
Laban kay Jodel Fuentes.
Penalties, second foul, Jodel Fuentes.
Ramirez back at the free throw line. Where tonight he is 4 out of 4, has yet to miss. But these are 2 pressure-packed free throws. He misses the front end.
You're down 1. You gotta make this.
Pakatabla. Quezon gunning to end this series here. They do not want to go back to Lucena City. Mindoro trying to stay alive. 52.8 seconds left. Knotted at 90.
RJ again on LJ.
Gonzalez only 7 points but does have 10 rebounds and 6 assists.
Oh no.
Cabanal falls down. Seems like he's still okay. Fuentes lost it.
Well, he was trying to meet that pass, pero medyo mataas yung pagkakaswing ng bola ni Will Gozom. Had the right thing in mind, kaya lang yung angle ng pasa.
30.9 seconds left. Mindoro suing for time. And we will listen in to the huddle of the Tamaraws. Will be led by Coach Kim Cinco apparently. Let's see.
Press break. Okay, doon ko kukunin yan. Dito kukunin. Press break, line. Dito, sa labas tayo. Dito yan, yung ball dyan. Kasi dyan, outside din. Side yan, outside. Sige, side. Okay lang. Okay. Alis na. Guys, alis na. 4 guys, ikaw ko to. Okay, go. Oh, bam, go. No, kunin mo. Jay.
Action na pa, sir.
Ha? Action ba? Okay, pag di nakuha to, huwag mo laliman ha. No, huwag mo laliman ha. Flash ka pag meron. Okay, pag nakuha yan, then spread out. Tingnan nyo.
Pwedeng wala ng ball screen.
Walang ball screen.
Busin ko.
Bumos ka. Bumos ka.
Penalty yan. Hindi, wala na. Ano? Walang ball screen. Wala.
Well, it looks like the Mindoro Tamaraws are going to inbound from the back. They're going to do their press break. They start off with a line formation, which they normally have done in some of the end game situation. But this time, instead of a half-court line, they're doing it from the back. They'd like Gamalinda to go, eventually ending up with Ino Comboy. And as soon as they cross the half-court line, there'll be no ball screens. It'll be single coverage. He wants Andrews out of the way.
1-on-1 against Al Tamsi. 6-second differential between shot and game clock. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Comboy. 1-on-1. Gets past Tamsi. High off the glass. No. And ball will go to Quezon. They will review it. Pero tingin ni Bambam hindi niya natapik. Or at least last touch on a Quezon Husker.
Well, Mindoro really wanted for Ino Comboy to try waste as much clock as they can. But that shot was too deep inside. You have to give credit also to the defense of Al Tamsi, refusing to get beat. But once he was in there, Opiso just helped out.
Mukhang off pagbuhos.
Yeah, it looks like off magbuhos. That's right, Ken.
Yeah. I don't think Gamalinda touched it last.
So this will be a baseline out of bounds for the Mindoro Tamaraws. This is one of the more difficult inbounds to defend against, that baseline out of bounds. Because everybody's halos lahat nakatalikod eh. Now you wouldn't know where that back pick, where that screen is gonna come from, whether it'll be a dive or a flare.
Now, should Quezon get the basketball back, they still have one more timeout remaining. They can advance the basketball.
I'm sure first thing on the mind of the Quezon Huskers is to force a 5-second violation. And so that they got to crack their end of the floor.
By the way, wag natin kalimutan. Shout out to our ang pinakamagaling sa pickleball sa panel, walang duda. Boss Sedelf.
Ay, oo naman. Boss Sedelf, it's pickleball day the other day. Kasama niya si JC at si JB as they celebrated the birthday.
Magkampi yata siya nila Coach Don Dulay dun.
Oh, ganun ba yun?
Yata, hindi ko alam siya. O bola nga ng Mindoro.
That's right, that's the right call.
And now they can opt to take the last shot.
Can you imagine, Ken?
Tabla panalo tayo.
Yeah, can you imagine, Ken? If the Tamaraws do really good on this baseline out of bounds, this might just be a good chance to equalize or to get the win for the Tamaraws and force a game 3.
What a way that would be. If that turns out to be the case, Coach Mike.
Indeed.
Grabe, ibang klase yung mga games natin dito sa playoffs. Nakakabuntong hininga.
Oo. Pero ganun talaga ang kalidad ng mga ng mga teams that got in. It wasn't easy to get in. You had to go through the play-ins. And man, Mindoro got here through the play-ins. And imagine if they'd be able to stretch this to a third game. We'll see.
All right, baseline inbound, RJ Ramirez. Hirapan mag-inbound. They give it up to Sedorifa at the corner.
Can't foul.
3 seconds left. Sedorifa got blocked.
Ooh. Was there a foul? There was a whistle that got blown.
Wait a minute. Wow. Tense moments here.
Wow.
All right.
Time has expired.
Overtime period done. Tabla pa din, 90 all. Double overtime na naman po tayo.
I'm going to baptize you, Ken, as OT Ken.
No, it's just the beauty of the
Indeed.
Mpbl playoffs.
Indeed.
90 all heading into the second overtime period.
And we love it.
Back with us here inside the Malolo Sports and Convention Center. Talagang sinulit yung pagbabalik natin after more than 5 years. Double overtime game here in game number 2 between Quezon and Mindoro. Diego Dario coming in here to start the second overtime period.
Who knows? He might just be that missing piece for the Huskers to finish this off.
Depensahan yung corner exit doon. Fuentes trying to shake off RJ Ramirez. Bintes, Tibayan the rebound.
Pinahihirapan ng depensa si Judel Fuentes sa lahat ng looks niya. He's never gotten a clean look after making that 3 earlier in the fourth.
Joseph Sedorifa locating Jonas Tibayan. Ramirez with 6 on the shot clock. Rising up for the mid-range jumper. Big shot from RJ, who has 19 points.
RJ wants this. You can see it in his eyes. You can see how he's been playing the passing lanes and playing defense. He wants a game number 3.
Diego Dario can't answer. Sedorifa will slow things down.
You know what's impressive about the Mindoro Tamaraws? You know, different guys really chipping in at different parts of the game.
RJ posting up Dario. And it's a foul against Diego. 2 free throws coming up for Ramirez.
And they will definitely try to milk that matchup against Diego Dario. And Diego just came off the bench, and RJ's been hot. Look at that jumper right there, coming off that 2-man action and leaving it up for that jumper to go in.
RJ with a very vast play of experience here in the Mpbl. Played with Makati back in season 5.
And
Also with Batangas. Sorry, Coach
yeah.
Mike.
And also he's brought that edge to the way that the Tamaraws played.
Sa depensa niya
Oh yes.
kay LJ Gonzalez.
He refuses to get screened. He plays the passing lanes and he waits for that right moment to try and swipe the ball away from one of the premier guards of the Huskers in LJ Gonzalez.
Saka yung multiple efforts to get back.
Correct.
When he gets beat
Correct.
off the dribble.
Correct. He never, stays static. He just keeps on moving.
Naipasok niya yung unang free throw. Pasok din yung pangalawa.
And
4 ang lamang ng Mindoro.
Yeah, tsaka Ken, you love his energy right now. And you feel at this point, the second overtime, this has got to be RJ Ramirez's, pursuit to try and get game number 3 for the Tamaraws.
Aldamsi buries a free. Third triple here in the overtime periods. Has a total of 16 points.
3 out of 3 from his last 3 attempts. And nobody's checked on him.
Comboy wants it against Tamsi. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Comboy tries to answer. It's short. Quezon, a chance to reclaim the lead. Capana lines it up. Book it from downtown.
The guy who slipped earlier in the first overtime knocks it down from the top.
13 points for Gab Banal. Tibayan. Mindoro falling in love with the free a bit here. Magbuhos is holding on to his stomach area. Gab Banal and Tibayan.
You gotta restrain yourself if you're Gab Banal. You understand, if there is going to be a game number 3, you're gonna need these guys from the Huskers to be available.
Yeah.
And if this is going to be an unspo called on Jonas Tibayan, he might be done for the night.
Tinapik niya si Magbuhos. Tingnan natin yung nangyari dito.
Takes that shot. He's trying to screen.
Okay.
Oh, was that enough though? Was that enough?
Hindi, ang tanong kasi, was it intentional? Yun din yung isang tanong doon. Was it a case of him, yung momentum ba, pabalik?
Oh, a naked eye, you know, I don't think that's going to be enough for anything than a regular foul.
Let's see. Kasi kanina, na-involve na rin siya dun sa isang play back in regulation.
And tsaka I guess Ken dapat maging consistent rin yung mga officials with how they've been calling the unspo.
And we also know the history of why he's wearing that mask.
Yes.
Who incidentally, Jensen will play later going up against Basilan in the next game. Di pa tayo tapos, no?
Imagine mo na lang yung next game, talagang hype na maglaro yan, but you know, all this double overtime has really extended the game. But Mindoro though still looking good. You're only down 2 in an elimination game with an opportunity to try and extend this to a game number 3.
Although I thought they could have done much better in their last 2 plays.
Yes.
So, yung both ended up with well-challenged 3-point shots.
Yeah.
No? One from Combo and the other from Tibayan.
Yeah. Especially that last one involving
Tibayan,
Ino Comboy.
Okay, Comboy din.
Yeah, I felt that drive really just going solo with Ino, not involving any other guy into any action on the weak side. Could have been maybe a flare for a shooter going down the corner.
Huwag natin kalimutan. Shoutout din natin, Mr. Jaime Mendehar, who's watching.
Si Kuya Jaime.
Kuya Himes.
Kuya Himes. How are you, our friend?
Siyempre, si Daphne Cristobal din. Masingit na rin natin. And all of our viewers watching us live on YouTube, pusupi.com, and on Solar Sports. Maraming salamat po for sticking with us here in the Mpbl playoffs. It's been quite a journey. It's been a very eventful couple of weeks here.
Yes. But the first rounders have been very interesting.
Which goes back to our point how the competition, arguably the most competitive field we've had in 7 seasons. And it has reflected sa mga naging laro natin dito, no?
Yes.
I mean, even the 1-8 matchups, that Abra and Ilagan Isabela game, which went down the wire, Abra just holding them off, and then Caloocan, from being down by 17 points, able to dethrone Pampanga back there in the north. And then bukas,
Yeah, that one though.
sorry, bukas
Wednesday.
Wednesday, Nueva Ecija trying to stave off elimination against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. And then San Juan, nais na rin ma-sweep yung Pasay. But judging from that double overtime game we also had back in Palayan City, where San Juan was already up by 25 points, nahabulan ng Pasay. I mean, it's been quite a roller coaster here in these playoffs.
And a lot of subplots as well, which makes for the playoffs this season really something to look forward to. And I'd say the fans are getting a good treat post-season.
Siyempre, shoutout rin natin si Coco Abalos at si Jopet Digno. Ayan, mga batikang statistician natin.
Coach Warren Kapitan of Batangas, also always scouting.
That was a lengthy review.
Upon review, unsportsmanlike foul on Mindoro, number 27, Jonas Tibayan, for an act of violence. Combining with the unsportsmanlike foul earlier, Jonas Tibayan is out of the playing court.
He's out.
Yeah, he is out.
Technical foul on Gab Banal. Technical foul on Al Tamsi. Technical foul and Jonas Tibayan will be charged to the head coach indirectly.
Okay. So, again, just to recap. So, it's an unsportsmanlike foul on Jonas Tibayan because he also had one earlier. He is out of the ball game. He is ejected. And then, technical fouls on Al Tamsi, Gab Banal, and Jonas Tibayan for that skirmish afterwards. Wala eh. Parang binaon din niya kasi. And then here, dito na nagpang-abot si Tibayan, si Banal, at si Tamsi.
Yan, napababa na. Doon na nagpang-abot dun sa diskusyon na yun.
This is the one technical free throw because of the technicals. And then 2 free throws plus ball possession for the Quezon Huskers because of that unsportsmanlike foul
Right.
on Jonas Tibayan. Dalawa kasi sa Quezon, isa sa Mindoro in terms yung technical fouls. Kaya merong isang free throw on the side of Mindoro. Nag-cancel out lang yung tig-isa ng Quezon at Mindoro.
Kaya isa lang yung tinake sa kabila.
Malaking bagay yun because even if Bagbuos makes both, this remains a one-possession ball game because of the made technical free throw earlier.
But still, this possession is gonna go
Quezon.
Quezon. That's right.
Pero mahaba pa ito. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left.
Well, if they make good here, speaking of the Quezon Huskers, this might be a crucial point of the game where it turns around in favor of the Huskers. And so if you're Mindoro, you gotta play really good defense right now.
LJ Gonzalez.
They blitz it again.
Tinigay kay Al Tamsi. Pinapantayan ni Sedorifa. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Magbuos is open for free. It will bounce out. Sedorifa grabs the rebound and got fouled by Jodel Fuentes.
Jodel didn't really need that one. He could have just gotten down the floor, defended, and instead you get that foul and you send Mindoro Tamaraos to the free throw with an opportunity to cut this down to as much as 1.
Big free throws for Joseph Sedorifa. Last time he was here, more than 5 years ago, donning a Makati uniform, he had 13 points and 15 rebounds. Pasok niya yung unang free throw. Second free throw coming up for Sedorifa. 2 for 2. Lead down to 1.
Well, first trip to the line, he makes both. Joseph Sedorifa. He's got 7 points on a 2 of 10 shooting. And none more crucial that missed shot in the first overtime.
Si Axel Inigo ngayon ang naatasan bantayan, si LJ Gonzalez. Gives it up to Vince Magbuhos. Fuentes snakes through. Layup won't work. Gamalinda snags the defensive board for Mindoro, who has a chance to take the lead here. We are entering the last 2 minutes of the second overtime period.
Jodel a little bit indecisive right there. Thought he saw Gab Banal on the corner.
Sedorifa trying to shake off Al Tamsi. What a pass! What a cut! RJ Ramirez scores plus the foul!
And boy, we've been raving about how RJ Ramirez has been a key roster guy in this case for the Tamaraos. Look at that backdoor cut, making that defense with Jodel Fuentes come in late and just that rim right in front of him for that good finish.
And great presence of mind as well by Sedorifa under the rest, issuing that pass. Ramirez a chance to give a 2-point lead, and he does.
And staying in control, might I add, on Joseph Sedorifa. Now, it's very important for the Huskers to execute really well here.
5 consecutive points for the Tamaraos. Gonzalez has been shut down here, scoreless in the overtime periods. LJ turns the corner.
That's a foul.
At foul tinawag laban sa Mindoro.
That's a foul. And I like that LJ noticed that the switch came and RJ was behind him. He was able to beat him and had only Bam Gamalinda to contend with. Speed-wise, he had that downhill action advantage for LJ.
2 big free throws coming up for LJ Gonzalez. A chance to tie the ball game up at 100 apiece. Tonight he is 1 out of 2 from the line. Hits the first free throw. And you also have to admire the conditioning of these players. Playing heavy minutes. Wala pa na mga nagka-cramp up dito.
Yes, agree. Wala pa nagka-cramp up. Unlike nung time when you were covering the double overtime game.
San Juan sa
San Juan
Pasay.
tsaka Pasay, no?
Pero
Even in the Nueva Ecija game, right? Meron na rin nagka-cramps nun.
Pero you have to consider yung layo nung biyahe.
Agree. Para even si Coach Christian, nagka-cramp na rin, eh, no?
Yung mga coaches daw. Siya din siguro, hindi lang umamin sa akin.
Oo. Hindi, pero sinabi niya, nagka-cramp na yung bibig niya.
Ayun nga. Ramirez, through contact, tapikan ng bola, napunta kay Vince Magbuhos.
Crucial stop for the Huskers.
A minute and 4 left here in the second overtime period. LJ. Ganap ng papasahan. Opiso for 3. Masyadong malakas. Magbuhos sa loob. Scores 2.
Well, Vince Magbuhos just hanging around, waiting for that shot attempt, trying to secure an offensive rebound. Opiso airballs it and he recovers and puts it back in.
Ramirez steps into a jumper. Bola na tapik palabas. Cabanal steps out of bounds. It will go back to Mindoro with a fresh 14 on their shot clock.
Napapatayo na si JR dito sa tabi natin. Montek na bitbitin yung mga gamit. Secure the equipment. This was that chase.
Ayun, huli.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Nice call there from Leonardo Layosa. Enoch Homeboy, siya rin, wala pang puntos. Well, he had one free throw in the overtime period. But that was pretty much it. Ramirez,
Oh no.
fake, kick out pass, Gamalinda, stepping back. Umalog palabas yung kanyang jumper. And it's a foul against Jason Opiso.
Oh wow.
They are in penalty.
I think we'll see that again. There's that shot by Bam. Pwestuhan.
Ayun, may yapos sa
yung
likod.
yapos sa likod, right. That's indeed a foul.
I mean, it's not really a lot, but every time you wrap your arms around an opposing player.
You're impeding him.
Sean Andrews, big free throws. Calmly 6 the first. What a game for Sean Andrews. 17 points, 13 rebounds.
Just rising to the occasion. Ashton Andrews.
Hits both free throws. Tabla naman tayo at 102 apiece.
Boy, different guys really just stepping up for these teams. And you like the compete in each one.
And we'll stay on the air. We'll listen in to Coach Eric Gonzalez as he tries to map out a play with 21 seconds remaining here in the second overtime period.
Hey, come on, right, come on. Gab! At saka no foul, ha? Gab, ikaw maglalabas. Okay, okay. Dali lang, ha? Okay. Boy. Diego! Diego! MJ. Okay. Judel! Tamsi. Last shot tayo, ha? Okay, Judel, Tamsi. Diego, screen mo si MJ. Okay. Get open. Pag na-deny, flash ka, Judel. Okay, time out. Pag nakuha ni LJ, ready kayo. Step in ka kagad, bumall side ka kagad. Spread ka agad tayo, baka truma. Okay, now listen. Pag nakuha ni LJ, kanya na yan. Now listen, ha. Gab, corner ka muna. Tamsi, umilalim ka muna. Judel, umilalim ka muna. Diego, umilalim ka muna. Now, kukunin ko yung tao ni Sidorio pa. Okay, pag-aralan lang natin. O, ikaw na bahala rito. Ikaw na. Okay, lagyan nyo na ng konting action. Last 7 seconds. Fluffy kami last 7 seconds. Go, win on 3, 1, 2, 3! Win! Go!
102 apiece.
Well, it looks like that they're gonna want to settle this, go back to a flat situation where you've got LJ Gonzalez with the ball from the top, and then they are gonna wait whoever is being defended by Sedorifa, he might be the screener for that two-man action.
Let's see. Catching the pass was Judel Fuentes. Si Sedorifa ang nakabantay sa kanya. Quezon gunning to move on. Oh! Ooh! Wow! Another whistle from Ron Baluyot.
Oh, wow.
Can they challenge it though? Talking about Mindoro. That's a big call.
It is. I mean, LG was really just trying to clear and get a handoff from Judel Fuentes as they planned it.
There's a challenge by Mindoro.
Yeah, they will challenge it. They have a challenge.
RJ Ramirez.
Good thing they have. Let's see if they're right. We'll be back after this break.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
Wow, that was a quick review. It was a successful challenge.
There was no foul.
And should be. Because LG was really just trying to clear. And you want that final possession to be decided on how the Quezon Huskers are going to play it out.
Okay. 7.9 seconds remaining.
This will be free throws, right?
Hindi. Successful yung
A
challenge.
successful challenge, that's
So,
right.
bola pa rin ng Quezon.
Taking possession with the Quezon Huskers.
Both teams in penalty. Mindoro still has one timeout remaining. Especially if they get the ball back off a dead ball situation.
A lot of time on the clock.
Fuentes catches. Magbuhos offering that screen. 4 seconds left. Fuentes turns the corner. Lays it up and in. Judel Fuentes willing that one through. Has 21 points for the Quezon Huskers.
For the second time in this game, we've seen that right side of the floor open up for a drive by Judel Fuentes. This time, he had to take on a Sean Andrews. Took the short route, straight up, going glass, and that for the lead for the Huskers. And he just kept going downhill, no help at all.
And we have a timeout by Mindoro with 2.7 seconds remaining. Let's listen in.
Ikaw to, Bam. Okay, Ash.
Review ng oras.
Okay.
2.7 seconds talaga.
Go, tayo ka lang dito.
Yung time ng
Silipin mo to.
makatakbo kayo.
Okay.
Baka umabot
Tayo
ng
to.
10 seconds.
Wala. Habang nangyayari yan, go, Sep.
Let's go.
Pagdating dito, balikan mo. Okay? Balikan mo, no?
No, get
Pag
back.
wala, Jay, silipin mo pag wala to. Flash.
Flash. Hey, this guy has to
Okay.
hit Joseph's guy, ha?
Okay?
We
Mare,
hit each other.
2.7. 2.7. Pwede pang one dribble. Pwede pang one
Okay, let's
dribble.
go. Switch, ha?
Oh, lahat ng ball pick, hard switch. Baka mag-inamit mo. Okay. Separate nyo lang. Bumbunin nyo yan. Okay lang.
All right, what do you think, Coach Mike?
Boy, they want to get that ball inside. Mindoro, do some action. Pero what I picked up was the Huskers were gonna go hard hedge or hard show on the ball screens.
Season on the line for the Mindoro Tamaraos. Comboy catches, fires, no good! And that's gonna do it! The Quezon Huskers survive in double overtime to advance to the South Division semifinals.
Congratulations, Judel. Pag-usapan muna natin ikaw, yung performance mo hindi lamang tonight kundi sa seryeng ito. You were very consistent kung ano man ang ine-expect sa'yo ng team, i-deliver mo, especially in that last shot in the dying moments of this ball game.
Una-una, nagpapasalamat ako kay Lord kasi hindi namin ito magagawa kasi grabe yung laro, grabe yung intense yung laro, and binigay niya sa amin yung panalo. Yun naman, alam ko naman yung responsibility ko dito sa team eh. Kaya yun naman nilalaro ko yung laro ko at pinupush rin ako ng mga coaches na kailangan maglaro ako ng kasi malaking bagay ako sa loob ng court.
Diretsong semis na kayo, Judel. Meron ba kayong natutunan o meron ba kayong naging aral sa larong ito? Kung meron man kayong iiwan o dadalhin sa semis, ano yun?
Oo, syempre kasi grabe, sa tough game, kailangan namin mag-adjust ulit. Bawal kami mag-relax kasi sa semis, di rin biro yung kalaban namin against Jensen or Basilan. Kaya kailangan pa namin magtrabaho. Yung mga kulang namin, kailangan namin na itrabaho yun sa ensayo namin.
Pagod ba, Judel?
Super.
Alright.